If you have ever found mouse droppings in your basement or heard scratching in your attic at night, your first thought was probably this: I need traps. Or maybe I need bait. But here's something most homeowners do not realize: bait alone does not solve the real problem. Today, we are going to explain why sealing gaps is far more important than bait when it comes to long-term rodent control, especially here in Wisconsin. And if you want permanent protection instead of temporary relief, this is something you need to understand. Most people believe rodent control starts inside the home. They go to the store, they buy traps, they buy bait stations, they place them in the attic or basement. Sometimes it works for a short time, but then a few weeks later, the scratching comes back. Why? Because the real issue was never just the mouse. It was the opening that allowed it inside. At First Choice Pest Solutions, we see this all the time. Homeowners treat the symptom, but the structure is still vulnerable. Here is something that surprises most people. A mouse can fit through an opening the size of a dime. A rat can squeeze through a hole the size of a quarter. That means small gaps around utility lines, cracks in the foundation, loose siding transitions, garage door corners, roofline returns, damaged vent screens. All of these can become entry points. And in Wisconsin, this becomes even more serious during fall and winter. As temperatures drop, rodents search for warmth, food, and shelter. Your home provides all three. If there is even one unsealed gap, it becomes an invitation. Once one rodent gets in, scent trails follow. What starts as one mouse can quickly turn into an infestation. Now let us talk about bait. Bait can reduce a population. It has its place in professional rodent control. But bait alone does not stop new rodents from entering. Think about it like this: if your front door was wide open, would you stand inside removing intruders one by one? Or would you close the door? Bait removes some of the rodents already inside. Sealing gaps closes the door. If entry points remain open, new rodents can continue entering week after week. That means you are stuck in a cycle of reaction instead of prevention. And here is another important fact: rodents reproduce quickly. A single female mouse can produce multiple litters each year. Ignoring structural vulnerabilities allows that cycle to continue. Temporary control becomes an ongoing problem. At First Choice Pest Solutions, we do not just place bait and hope for the best. Our rodent removal process includes a full structural inspection. We identify every vulnerable gap, every potential entry point, every area of concern around your home. Then we secure those areas using professional-grade exclusion materials, including durable mesh that rodents cannot chew through. Foam alone is not enough. Caulk alone is not enough. Temporary patches fail. Rodents chew constantly to maintain their teeth. If the material is weak, they will get through it. Proper exclusion is about durability and correct installation. When you secure the structure, you stop the migration. Now you are not just removing rodents, you are preventing future infestations. Sealing gaps does more than stop scratching noises. Rodents chew electrical wiring, which increases fire risk. They contaminate insulation. They leave droppings in hidden areas. They create odor issues. Stopping access early protects your home and your family. Here in Wisconsin, seasonal shifts create heavy rodent pressure. As crops are harvested and temperatures drop, rodents move toward residential areas. If your home has even small vulnerabilities, it becomes a target. That is why prevention is not optional. It is essential. At First Choice Pest Solutions, we believe communication and transparency matter. We show you where rodents are getting in. We explain why it is happening, and we secure it the right way, because real protection is proactive. If you are hearing scratching in your attic, noticing droppings in your basement, or seeing signs of gnawing damage, do not rely on traps alone. The real solution starts outside. It starts with sealing the gaps. Schedule a professional inspection with First Choice Pest Solutions. Let us identify the vulnerabilities before they turn into a larger issue. Because when it comes to rodents, closing the gaps is what truly closes the problem.